Bonus video, guys. Now we will be redoing our predictions for the NFL playoffs and our Super Bowl winners and NFL award winners.
Let's go. We kind of have a better idea of who the best teams are now. Sort of.
Not really.
Sort of. Glory be to Jesus Christ.
Glory forever. Welcome to Dynamite Duo Sports, the podcast where we break down the NFL's top storylines with the facts, including the fact that this might be the weirdest playoffs in 20 years.
Happy about it, though.
I'm Giuseppe.
I'm Antonius.
And today we are going to be giving you redoing our playoff predictions. Like we said, I'm not going to, you already heard in the intro. So with that being said, Tony, you go first. Give us whatever order you do.
So I'm going to give you the playoff, like the positions for the playoffs, the playoff runs, who wins the Super Bowl, and then I'll have Seppi do his. Then I'll do my awards. He'll do his awards. So we all get the share. So start with AFC. I'll start with the wild cards. You have Jaguars at number 7. You have the Bills at number 6 and the Colts at number 5. Now I'm going to go to the division leaders, and you have Steelers number 4, Texans at 3, Broncos at 2, Patriots at 1. The Patriots schedule is just so easy that I don't see the Broncos taking that spot. Next.
Wait, hold on. Do you have who did you have just missing?
I had the Chiefs, Chargers just missing. They both have around the same record, but they're both going to be the ones that miss it.
Okay.
So next up, we have the NFC. I'll start with the wild cards again. Number 7. I was pretty torn, but ultimately I went with the Bears over the Lions, taking the number 7 seed. I have the 49ers at number 6 and the Seahawks at number 5. For the divisional winners, I have Buccaneers at number 4 because I just don't see the Panthers winning enough games with the tough schedule they have. Buccaneers have an easy schedule ahead of them. Then I have the Eagles at number 3, just because, like I said, they're going to have enough wins to win the division, but probably not enough to be one of the better teams. Number 2, I actually have the Packers. I looked at their schedule and I thought they actually have the easiest shot of winning the division, so I kind of went with the safe pick there. Otherwise, I would have gone Bears and just swapped them. And then number 1, I have the Los Angeles Rams, who also are obviously the best team in the NFC, and they're just the team to beat right now.
And then what team? So Lions obviously were the closest to missing.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Yes.
were the Cowboys right there, or who was right
Cowboys would have been right behind. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So,
Okay.
because I don't think there's anyone else that could have been behind.
Yeah, the only team I could think of is the Panthers.
But I don't think so because of the schedule they have. All right, so now we're gonna go through the games, starting with the wild card round. Broncos play Jaguars, which I have the Broncos winning. Texans, the Bills. I actually have the Bills upsetting the Texans because just because of the experience Josh Allen has. Though it could go either way, in my opinion. Then you have the Steelers and the Colts, and have the experienced Aaron Rodgers beating the Colts, who are probably going to be, because they at that point, if they're wild card, they fell apart. So now we go to the wild card in the NFC. Packers playing the Bears, have the Packers beating them at home. Eagles, 49ers, have the 49ers demolishing the Eagles, actually, in my opinion. I think they would demolish them if they played.
Okay.
And then Buccaneers, Seahawks, we actually have Buccaneers winning because they at that point, I expect them to be healthy with Bucky Irving, Mike Evans all back. And I have Sam Darnold getting his jitters and ultimately probably losing games because last time I played Buccaneers, through interception, probably similar scenario. Now we go to the divisional round. We have the Patriots and the Bills. Oh boy. Steelers, Broncos. Now with Patriots, Bills, I because they haven't played the Bills haven't played them again, it's really hard for me to tell. But I think the Patriots are going to get number 1 seed. They're going to get a little cocky and have the Bills actually upsetting the Patriots in that game. Then I have Steelers, Broncos, where ultimately I actually have the Broncos winning, only because I just don't see Aaron Rodgers with having not that many great weapons against the Broncos secondary, unfortunately. Next up in NFC, I have the Rams playing 49ers, which would be a really good game.
Nice.
And then the Packers playing the Buccaneers. So
Packers, Buccaneers.
I have the Rams being 49ers. I just think because the Rams are just healthy, 49ers would not be healthy at that point. They still wouldn't be because most of the players are unhealthy or out for the season. So I have Rams beating them, though I think it would be a very entertaining game. And then it was really hard for me to actually pick between Packers and Buccaneers. But I ultimately went with the Buccaneers because if the Buccaneers beat the Seahawks at that point, it means they are good again and they're healthy. So for the conference championships, it's Broncos versus Bills and the Rams versus Buccaneers. I actually have the Bills upsetting the Broncos in the game because I just think, again, I have this weird feeling that if Ravens and Chiefs both miss it, Josh Allen is the only, besides Aaron Rodgers, but he's not as good of a team, I guess. there's no team in his way, really. It's a bunch of young guys who are not as experienced in playoffs, whereas he has. And the only team he loses to normally, except besides Bengals, is the Chiefs. So I just think none of the teams that the Bills be concerned about won't be there. And then I have Rams and Buccaneers, which I think, unlike this past game, this will be a really tight game, but I actually have the Rams coming out in the end, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I could see the Buccaneers winning it if they're that good at that point, but I just don't see it right now. Not to mention, depending how Baker is by that point. So now, Super Bowls between the Bills and the Rams, which honestly was probably something some people saw before the season even started. So even if a lot of the wacky things have happened, this happened, you probably could still be accurate pick. And I actually have the Bills beating the Rams in the Super Bowl, 35-31. I think if Josh Allen has made it that far, he will not mess it up. So if the Bills do make it that far, I think no one will beat them. No one, like period. I don't care who it is. I just don't think it would happen. Except for Buccaneers. If it's Buccaneers, then I think there'd be a shot.
The Bills thought that from 1991 to 1990.
They did, which could happen again. But I think the only team that actually would be able to beat the Bills is if like the Buccaneers showed up once again in the playoffs. I think the Rams,
or if they face somebody from the NFC East.
Yeah, that too. But I highly doubt that's going to be anyone this year.
Yeah,
so
probably not.
All right, so that's my thing. I know the Bills is the crazy pick here. I think because of how sloppy they look. Okay. But I just have this weird feeling about that. So, but realistically, if I was to pick a different team, it would definitely be Patriots actually, because I think if Vrabel got them in line, they wouldn't be cocky. But I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
And then with the NFC, the only other team I actually see is really nobody unless the Packers have. Just like
I don't.
Just because Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers were 27. That's the only other scenario.
That's just dumb.
Or if the Buccaneers become healthy, or because 49ers is divisional, 49ers beat them. But again, no one's really as good as the Rams. AFC's different. NFC, it's obviously Rams right now. So
yep. All right. So I have a pretty similar playoff board for the AFC. I got the Patriots as the 1 seed because they have a cupcake schedule to finish the year for the most part. Broncos is number 2 because their schedule's relatively not that bad. And then Texans, I have them coming back like he did to win their division. Then Steelers a 4 seed, so our top 4 seeds are basically the same. I have the Jaguars at the 5 seed because they have a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah, it's just because they're so sloppy. I could see them losing some of those easy games.
Sure.
But yeah, totally valid.
Yep. Then I got the Bills at the 6, and then I have the Chargers just beating out the Colts for the 7 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that happening to the Colts. I just don't think it will happen, but it could.
It's the fact that they play the Texans twice, and their defense is
Seahawks
and the Seahawks defense.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
It's really bad for them. So sorry, Colts. And then the NFC, pretty similar to you. I got the. Actually, I'm gonna flip a little bit. I got the Rams at 1 seed, and then I have the Eagles as the 2 seed. Just because I think that they only have like 1 or 2 tough games left.
So okay, I mean,
yeah,
all right,
including the Bears.
That's what you want to do. Okay,
and then I have the Bears at the 3 seed, winning the division. Just because I don't think the Packers are going to sweep them, so that's why I give them that. Because the Packers have that tie, which can be a blessing or a curse. In this case, it's a curse.
Yeah, but hey, if the Browns look good and the 49ers beat the Bears, that could be an issue for them. But, anyways.
Yeah, anyway. And then Buccaneers is the 5 seed. Sorry, Panthers. Yeah.
You mean 4 seed?
You're not going to... Yeah, the Buccaneers are the 4 seed, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Panthers, if the Panthers had easier schedule, I actually probably would have put Panthers in instead of Buccaneers, but because they don't, I can't. So.
All right. So, and then I have Seattle at the 5 seed. I'm pretty sure they're going to stay there.
Yeah.
And then
Packers... they don't... The only tough team is like the Colts and Rams. So I don't see that. Every other team they should beat. So
yeah. And then the Packers at the 6 seed. And then just because I can see the scenario where they make it, I put the Cowboys at the 7. And just so you know, I put in a lot of work for this. If you look at this, you can't really see it because of the lighting. But
you intentionally put Cowboys there so that they could beat the Eagles. That's why you put Eagles in number 2.
Well, no, I looked at the schedules too. I literally went through. Look at my work. I did a lot of work here.
I know that, but I think you did the delusional options. I do not see Eagles getting number 2 seed right now. I would have the Bears over Eagles right now. If Bears win their division, they're going to be number 2 seed over Eagles, without a doubt, because it means they're going to beat the Eagles and they're going to get an edge over them.
That I didn't think about that part.
Yeah, so you should better swap that around.
Okay, maybe I swap that around, but just for the sake of this particular bracket, I'm going to leave the Eagles at 2. So
only because he thinks the Cowboys open.
All right, AFC bracket. Wild card round. It's Broncos versus the Chargers.
Who wins?
Broncos win.
Okay.
And then Texans Bills. I also have the Bills winning.
Oh, cool.
And then Steelers take on the Jags, and I have the Steelers beating.
Yeah, I was about to say, I
Jaguars.
would hope you have Steelers beat Jags in that scenario.
Yep.
All
And
right,
then
NFC.
so yeah, and then I have Cowboys beating Eagles in round 1. I got Buccaneers over Packers in the first round.
Yeah, I mean that's valid if that happens.
And then Seahawks beating the Bears in round 1.
So Seahawks, either way, Eagles will lose whoever they're playing in your scenario. Seahawks would have played them instead, right? Or no? Wait,
no.
How are Seahawks above? How are Seahawks above?
Oh shoot!
Wait.
I got flipped. Oh, yeah. Let's just say I did. I switched some things around. So, okay.
I thought you said you worked hard on this.
I put the Bears at the 4 seed in this scenario. Okay, I put the Bears at the 4 seed. Okay, the Bears are the 4 seed. Okay, I'm just going with that. Okay, it's going off the rails already. So
I was about to say it's already going crazy. That's
after
the delusion. I told you.
The Baker Mayfield injury probably caused me to say the Buccaneers are going to be the 4 seed. That's why I did that.
So Buccaneers should be playing Seahawks in this scenario.
Yeah.
The Bears playing Packers.
Yeah.
All right, just go on. Okay. Continue what you
My
had.
original divisional round for the NFC, Cowboys losing to the Rams.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then I had the Buccaneers being the Seahawks.
I'm going to tell you something. If Cowboys play the Rams, you're going to get demolished.
That's why I didn't have them win.
Would you have if you said what would the score be if you had to guess? Rams Cowboys.
38 to 24, something like that. Maybe 28.
No.
Okay. Anyway, and then Bills over Patriots for the division round AFC, and then Broncos over Steelers for the division round. So we really have the
hold
same.
on, but you missed the Seahawks game. Seahawks and who plays Seahawks? Buccaneers. So
Buccaneers beat Seattle.
Okay,
I said that.
So we have Rams Buccaneers, and we have the same championships,
and we have the same Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh!
But I have the Rams being the Bills.
Okay, okay, it's different. Okay.
We did this for our other playoff predictions too, didn't we? We kind of had the same championships.
Was it Rams Bills or did I do Buccaneers Bills?
No. I meant I did.
I had Buccaneers Bills winning.
I did Buccaneers versus Bengals.
Oh yeah, and I did Bills. I almost did Bengals, so we were close that time.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Bengals, right? I think that would have been an idea because if Chiefs were getting out the playoffs and Joe Burrow in there, then I would say there's nobody's going to stop Joe Burrow. If imagine Chiefs out of playoffs and Joe Burrow in, it's his playground.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh well. Unfortunately,
right.
It sucks.
So,
the one opportunity where Joe Burrow could have gone with ease.
Okay, so let's start with Offensive Rookie of the Year for our NFL awards.
Do you want to just share one back and forth? Don't look at my
awards,
dude.
Okay, who's your Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Offensive Rookie of the Year because the only one that's been consistent is Tyler Warren.
I thought about that, but the only way the Buccaneers are going to be competitive is if Emeka Buka goes off a little bit more.
And I hope he does.
So
I hope he does.
I stuck with Emeka Buka.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I was thinking about sticking with it too. I was like, I'll switch it.
Who's your Defensive Rookie of the Year?
I just have Abdul Carter. He's playing well, and I just don't see anyone else. Jalen Walker too from the Falcons.
Yeah, the current favorite is a linebacker from the Browns.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
For me, I just don't know. I looked at it, I was like,
his
nobody's really sticking out.
His last name's like Kashiwa from the Browns, whatever it is. It's so confusing.
I forget it. So anyway,
Blondie.
Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback Player of the Year, I have Christian McCaffrey.
Same.
Yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Jonathan Taylor.
Same.
But it could be JSN.
Yeah, JSN's a very big one.
Because of the Texans, they might make Jonathan Taylor look bad, and JSN keeps up, he'll win it. Okay.
Who's your Defensive Player of the Year?
Myles Garrett. He's gonna break the record.
Yep.
It's just
and if anybody votes for anybody besides Myles Garrett number 1, then
you are just being picky.
A
couple years ago when they picked him over TJ Watt, valid, but this year there's no doubt he's obviously the pick.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could make him MVP for all I care if he broke the record.
Who's your Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year is Mike Vrabel. If the Patriots get number 1 seed, they're totally gonna win that.
I picked Mike McDonald for the Seahawks.
He could win it too.
Because he coaches the defense.
But they've had some really sloppy games.
Not the defense.
Defense against Buccaneers. What are you talking about?
That was one game.
They allowed Cam Ward to look pretty good against them.
I'm just saying, like, the fact that he has that.
I will say, yes, like, second-year head coach, impressive.
Yeah.
I will say that. But I think Mike Vrabel, if he gets the number 1 seed, after being, like, a bad team last year, and not even really changing the team that much, except getting Stephon Diggs, like, that's a whole nother level of impressive head coach.
Yeah.
It just makes me cry that the Titans get rid of him.
All right. And then your MVP?
The obvious choice right now, Matthew Stafford.
Yep. Matthew
It's
Stafford.
just, he's on a roll right now, and no one's... If Baker kept up, I would say Baker still. Like, he's just in a situation with so many injuries, him getting hurt, it's just not going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was a good first half season.
Who would you say is second place?
Ooh. It's not Dak, if that's what you think,
Well,
buddy.
no.
I don't think Sam Darnold either. That's tough. I would say Myles Garrett if he breaks the record.
That's true,
if he goes
actually.
above and beyond the record, let's say it gets like
What-
30.
what
What if it
if-
gets 30?
What if say Drake May and
Oh, Drake May too. I forgot Drake May.
if Matthew Stafford and Drake May both start to not perform well for some reason,
Myles Garrett gets 30
would
sacks.
he get the MVP if he got to 25 sacks?
No,
I'm pretty sure he's going to get to 25.
No, scratch that. What if he gets like 30? I think you should just give it to him if he gets that many. If Myles Garrett could get 30
Breaking
sacks,
precedent there.
breaking record above and beyond, I would.
When's the
totally
last
give him
time a defensive player won the MVP?
It might have been
Wow.
Reggie
Hold on.
White.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay. So like my top 3 candidates for MVP are Matthew Stafford, Drake May, and Myles Garrett if he breaks the record. If Matthew Stafford doesn't win it, I'm pretty sure it'd be Drake. Because again, the reason why Drake May would deserve the MVP is because he did so well without any great weapons. It was him with his talent. And that's valuable. Because again, MVP means most valuable. And Myles Garrett is without question most valuable on the Browns.
This would be the first time somebody won NFL MVP since Lawrence Taylor did it in
Lawrence Taylor. Okay,
1986.
Yep.
1986.
Almost 40. It would be about 40 years.
It would be like 39 technically, but
39 technically. But like here's me. When it comes to most MVP means most valuable, not statistics, not all that. That's why Josh Allen beat Lamar last year. So that's why I'm saying Drake May technically, if he won over anyone else, I wouldn't care because he's obviously the most valuable player on the Patriots. When it comes, same with Myles Garrett though. He's the only like super valuable player on the Browns.
Yeah. And
he's working for his money too. Like how much they paid him. He definitely deserves all that money.
Yeah.
But with Matthew Stafford, he's also super valuable because, only certain quarterbacks can play. Like he's taking the weapons he has and he's doing what is expected with those weapons.
Yep.
So even though he has the weapons, he's still obviously the best quarterback. It's like statistically,
it's
because
like,
he should be.
Like,
he should.
Yeah, no. It's like say he gets to like close to 50 touchdown passes. I think he'll definitely win it.
Yeah.
But if Myles Garrett gets that sack record and
goes beyond,
jumps it by 8 sacks, that's can't be hard to turn down.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So I think those are the top 3. No one else is. I think ultimately it'll come down to one of those 3. I think Myles Garrett is the sneaky pick where, like, let's say his scenario, Matthew Stafford, Drake May do kind of like struggle a little towards the end of the season, and Myles Garrett just keeps getting sacks upon sacks. He will all of a sudden be in the talks. So,
oh boy,
yeah,
man, that's kind of crazy to think about.
So it's pretty cool. We have some little disagreements, both playoffs, awards.
Playoffs were pretty similar, honestly.
It ultimately came down to the end, the same.
The real difference was just me having the Cowboys in and having
Right.
the Chargers in instead of the Colts. That's basically it.
Yeah,
So-
the wins and everything. Like, and then you had, of course, your little mix up. So
Yeah, well, that's because this was before I wrote this.
But again,
this last night
ultimately
before
you
Baker
still have
Mayfield's hurt.
Rams Bills going, so it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like
either
gonna.
way.
Yeah.
That's
So-
my ultimate outcome.
All right, so those are our picks for the NFL awards and our playoff runs. Do you think some of us are being really stupid? Do you think it was valid?
We don't care.
We don't care. So yeah, let us know down in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. We are on Twitter, TikTok, X, Instagram, whatever you want to call it, Twitter, X, I don't care, and YouTube specifically. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Antonios.
I'm Giuseppe.
And this is Dynamite Duo Sports.
All right. Come on, Cowboys. Let's
Yeah,
pull this off.
No, don't laugh.
Well, I mean, at this point,
Don't laugh.
we'll know if they've
Don't laugh.
beat the Chiefs or not. So
Don't make you laugh.
we'll see.